Welcome back everyone, my name is Daniel and welcome to our 21st episode in our Devlog series. Since last week we were able to finish up most of the features that we wanted to, this week was kind of slow and kind of in an in-between stage where we wanted to plan out and figure out exactly how we wanted to make the next mechanics in our game. So most of the programmers were just focusing on researching and stuff, but the modeler and the composer were hard at work. Before we get into what we did this week, I just wanted to let you guys know that we do have a Patreon and we would love it if you guys were able to go down there and just donate some things. It's not mandatory, we just would love to have some support monetarily for the project and just be able to get things that we need for the project to continue a bit quicker. We at the moment have one Patreon that's been supporting us for about 3 months, and that is Inconspicuous, and we want to give a big thank you to him. He's been supporting our project for a very long time, and if you're interested, it's not mandatory, but it's going to help out the development a lot. So in the description there's a link that you guys can go down there and just check out the Patreon page. With the self-promotion out of the way, let's get right into what we did this week. To start off the week, I really focused on learning behavior trees. We wanted to use behavior trees instead of finite state machines just because I wanted a more modular way of doing stuff, and behavior trees seemed like the answer. It was way better than finite state machine, but it wasn't as complex as a goal-oriented action planner or utility AI. So I started learning behavior trees just because the way it was set up, I really liked it, and the way it would actually check stuff and adding systems was a little bit easier than finite state machine in my opinion, so I just wanted to learn every bit that I could before starting on our AI system. While I was working on that, Perforator actually started on making some camps for the orcs. He made a couple tents and a watchtower in the beginning of the week that looked fantastic and really nice looking. In addition, he also fixed up a couple of other models that we had some troubles with, but now they look fantastic. And while Perforator was working on that, Excelsius continued to work on the orc model. It's not completely done yet, but we're really excited to see what he comes up with. It looks fantastic already, and I'll show a couple more screenshots just to see what you guys think of it. While we were doing that, our music composer TheLonesomeBard was actually hard at work making a new exploration track for the game. This is kind of what's in the background right now. It sounds beautiful and I'm so excited to get into the game. He also was dabbling in Wise to get our audio manager more synced up and more professional, which is amazing. And again, Carl was working on just planning out how we went to do the quest system. He wanted to get everything he needed and started making a couple of task cards in Trello just to figure out exactly what he needed to do that. And for the rest of the week, I really spent the whole time just really finalizing the GDD document that we have for the project. I wanted to rewrite it and make it really suffice and really understandable and readable. Since the project did go on a little bit of a turn and just style changed and a couple of mechanics we wanted to add and remove, I wanted to rewrite it, get it as up to date, and I'm still in the process of doing that. It's a really big document to write, but I'm really excited to get that started. For some reason, it's actually really fun for me to do, and it kind of gets me in the mood to work on the game more, so that's always a good thing. In addition, Perforator was working on a couple of new models. He worked on a wooden wall model, a wooden spike model, and in addition to that, he made a fountain that looks fantastic, and in addition, he recently finished up a well model that are all on screen right now. They look fantastic, and I can't get them in-game. They look just amazing. In addition to getting the GDD document set up, I also wanted to set up a couple of new areas in my test arena. I made a small little orc camp, so once we get started with the AI, I have a good little area to test that in. And in addition to the little AI area, I created a little town area for the shops and the quests that are coming in the future. I wanted to get this little area in so when we do release a development build, we could have the devs playtest an arena that looks nice and what Perforator made. In addition to that, Excelsius continued hard at work creating the orc model. He created a ton of different variations, and we're going to really be excited to see all of those in game, but I can't really show you guys too much because I don't want to spoil it. We're going to wait until they're all finished. In addition, Carl continued to just finish up his planning, and he's going to be starting on the quest system soon, but it is going to take quite a very large portion just because it's a huge system to take on. While we're focused on that, Captain Conrad continued researching a shader for the terrain to make it a low poly shader. I also helped him research and kind of figure out a couple of things along those lines, so I can't wait to see that on the terrain. It's going to make the terrain look a lot more low poly and not as smoothed out as Unity terrain normally is. And while we're finishing up, TheLonesomeBard finished up and kind of showed us a almost finalized track of the new soundtrack he's making. This is what's playing in the background right now. It's not completely finalized, but you guys can get the idea of what it's going to sound like. It sounds gorgeous and amazing, so give him a big thanks in Discord, as well as all the other developers that are part of the project. And that's all we really did for this week. I know it's kind of short and kind of sweet, but it was kind of an in-between time where we're trying to plan out what we're going to be doing next, and also just a kind of a break from having a hard week. Hopefully next week's going to be way more impactful and a lot of things are done then, and I'm really excited to get into AI. Once again, if you guys are interested, go check out that Patreon page. It's really going to support us monetarily. It's going to help us a ton, and in addition, subscribe if you're new and share this video with your friends. And I'll see you guys in the next week.